guys, it's Ivy. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't uploaded in a while, and so I'm just gonna do like a casual book haul of all the books I haven't hauled since October. So these are books I got November, December, and January. So I'm doing laundry and I was like, let's just have a casual book haul of all the books I ain't been hauling. I'm not going to go too far into depth of all the synopsises of the books. I'm just going to quickly go over them. Like, obviously I didn't even like set up lighting or anything. Like, I want to get back into filming. It's been like 3 or 4 months and I haven't filmed. I miss it. I miss you guys. And so let's jump right into all the books. All these books are just in a pile on my bed, so I'm just gonna like grab the one nearest to me and talk about that. And the first one is The Wicked King by Holly Black, and I got this one through Good Choice Reading. So it is signed and personalized by Holly. For Ivy, Holly Black, and this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive. I also got the Owl Crate one, and this one is also signed, and I already read this book and it's fucking amazing, guys. It's like, I think I love it more than The Cruel Prince, which I didn't think was possible, but it was, and I'll talk more about that in my wrap up. Both beautiful, beautiful covers. Then I got The Green Glass House by Kate Milford, and this is a middle grade book about a mystery in this old house, and like burglars come there, but the house is like on an island, I think. Sounded really interesting, but I also read this one and I actually DNF'd it, so whoops. For book of the month in December, I got One Day in December by Josie Silver, and this book is about a girl who sees this guy on the bus and she like automatically falls in love with him, and then she's looking all over for him, and years later she ends up finding him. Turns out her best friend is dating him, but her best friend doesn't know it was that guy. So it makes for a really cool rom-com. Totally check this one out. Next up is my current read, which is A Winter's Promise, and this is by Crestel Davos, and actually this was translated, I forget from what language, but it's not an American author. I don't even think it says. Oh, brother. It does say, but I cannot pronounce that. And I got Hating to Love You by Erin Riley, and Erin is one of my favorite bookstagrammers, and this is her debut novel. She released it on Amazon. It is a romance book. I don't normally read romance, but I really want to support Erin. She's one of my favorite bookstagrammers, so I'm really, really excited to get into this one. And honestly, I read the synopsis, but I forget, which is okay because I really don't want to know too much going into a romance because I want to be like surprised. But I think somebody like, I think they might have like a one-night stand and then she ends up pregnant, so that's pretty interesting. Then I have Fire and Heist, and this is by Sarah Beth Durst, and this was the December Fairy Loot book. I know there's dragons, and that's why I got the Fairy Loot, is because the whole box was curated around dragons. And then I got the Sailor Moon Eternal Edition, and I have been obsessed with this edition for a while. I kept wanting to purchase it and then I never did, and like Chloe's probably gonna say something in the comments down below about how I didn't buy it, but I finally bought it and it's just really beautiful. So let me show you like one of the, like the first illustration. Gorgeous. If you guys can like even see that because of the light. Yes. Yeah, so I'm really excited to read this. Actually, I might like dive into it later on tonight because I'm reading A Winter's Promise, but I'm really not that interested right now, so I kind of want something light and fun. And then I got Summerlong by Peter S. Beagle, and I got this for Christmas from my friend Ashley. We did a gift exchange within our Bookstagram group, and she got me this book, and I cannot wait to read it, and the cover is so gorgeous, so thank you, Ashley. Then I got Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor, and I actually DNF'd Strange the Dreamer, and I bought this before I DNF'd Strange the Dreamer. But I have not given up hope on Strange. I'm hoping to get back into it one day, so I'm gonna hold on to this, and the covers are so beautiful, so I couldn't resist. Next, I have Amber and Dusk by Lyra Serene, which I love her name. Irrelevant, but I'm not really sure what this book is about. I think it might have something to do with the moon. Don't quote me on that, but this is the Owl Crate exclusive, and I don't remember what month this was, so whoops. Then I have The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, and I have no idea what this book is about, but one of my friends in the book group really loves Kristen Hanna, and I want to be able to talk to her about her books. Like, everybody says they're so amazing, so actually she inspired me to pick up more Kristen Hanna's books, and that's why I got it. Then I have The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society, and for some reason I can never remember that title, but I got the movie version cover because I'm obsessed with her. She's so pretty, and I loved her in Downton Abbey and Cinderella, so I think I'm gonna read this on audiobook. Then I have The Secret Society by Donna Tartt, and I hear this is very like Slytherin vibes, so I'm Slytherin, and I totally want to check this out. I think it's about like these New England people going to college, which I'm totally here for, so yeah. And I have Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, and this is a signed copy, so yes, it's numbered 1797 out of 4000. So that's pretty cool. This is a sci-fi. Basically, this chick right here is a badass, and I want to know why, so I hope to read this soon. It was actually on my January TBR, but I didn't get to it, as today is the final day of January, and I didn't get to half the books on my TBR. What else is new? I have Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin, and this is like history of Westeros and like everything like way back in the day. I think it's kind of like a librarian wrote this book in that world. I was like, George, homie, if I buy this book, we better get Winds of Winter soon. Like, we're all waiting for it. We'll buy anything you write, but give us Winds of Winter. Thanks. Next up, I have Girls of Paper and Fire, and this is like still in the Owl Crate plastic. Like, that's how far I've gotten into what this book is about. I know I want to read it, and I know it has really high reviews, so I'm like excited enough to get to it, but probably not very soon. So there's that. Next up, I have Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Morelier. I think that's how you say her name. Not really sure, but basically I had no idea what this book was about, but I want to get into like older fantasies, so I picked this up for like $3, I think, but my friend told me it's like a take on Swan Lake, so that will be really interesting, and I am really excited to pick this up because I hear like a lot of people love it, so I'm sure I will too, or I hope to. Next up, I have Evermore by Sarah Haulin, and I loved Everless. It was one of my favorite books of last year, of 2018, which I didn't film a top 10 of 2018, which if you guys are still interested in that, I will film one. Just let me know down below, or even if you don't let me know, I still might film one. Who knows? We'll see if I'm up to it. I'm very chatty in this video, so maybe I am up to it. I don't know. Anyways, Everless was one of my favorite books. Basically, this is a sequel, and in that world, people bleed their life's blood to pay for things when they're like poor, and when the people are rich, they get the life's blood, which make them young. So poor people die fast and rich people live forever, and this girl ends up going to like the palace, and she gets involved in all that intrigue, and it's hella good. So definitely pick up Everless and then the sequel. The next two books I'm going to talk about together because I got sent this one by HarperCollins, and it is Mahimiata. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Basically, it's a sequel to Markswoman, so thank you to HarperCollins for sending me this to read and review. I didn't have the first book, so I went and picked it up so that I could read it and then jump into this one. And this is by Rati Maharata. Probably not saying that right either. But I think she's an assassin, and that's really all I had to know, because you guys know Selena is my #1 girl, so I love anything about a female assassin. Then, let me talk to you about this one real fast. I got Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is one of my favorite books of all time, not even of just the year. So I wanted to read more Taylor Jenkins Reid stuff. So I got One True Loves, and basically I have no idea what this one is about, but this book right here, oh my god, so good. Everybody is like plagued by the question of what if. Like, I'm sure all of you have felt that. So this book is told in dual perspectives of 2 different paths. So like, she moves back to California and she goes out with her friend, and her ex-boyfriend is there, and at the end of the night the ex-boyfriend asks her to leave with him, and the friend asks her to leave with her. So it's told like in the story of when she leaves with her friend, and then it's told in the story of when she leaves with the ex-boyfriend. I was definitely rooting for one story more than the other, but oh my god, this book was so good, and I read it at the perfect time in my life. So I highly recommend you pick this one up. I will gush way more about it in my review, but this book is amazing and you need to pick it up. Definitely. I have The Beckett List by Adele Griffin, and I was sent this to read and review by Allegan Quinn Young Readers, and it's really short, but oh my god, it's so cute and it really packs a punch. I didn't expect this book to make such an impact on me, but it really did, and I really loved it, and I hope you guys pick it up. But I'll talk more about this as well in my review or wrap up, whatever. But basically it's about this girl named Beckett, and she lives in the city with her family, but they're moving back to her grandmother's farm, and they're city people, but she's really excited to go and see what the farm life is like, and it's just really awesome. There's a dog in there. He's a little pug. His name is Mr. Fancy Pants, and he was my favorite of all time. So this book comes out in March of, oh geez, I just smacked myself. This book comes out in March of 2019. This one comes out in March of 2019 as well. I forgot to mention that earlier. I have 2 more editions of Kingdom of Ash to talk about, but don't judge me like too harshly. Like, one can never have too many copies of their favorite book, honestly. This one is the Barnes & Noble exclusive signed edition, and this one is the tour edition that Debbie went and got for me, so thank you, Debbie. But I'm really excited to add both of these signed books to my collection. Kingdom of Ash, y'all know what that's about, or you should at least, because I don't stop talking about it. I also got 2 poetry books, and they were from my friend Jen, and this one is The Whalestone Letters by Mark Z. Danielewski, and this one is actually by her. It's called Red Eyes, and you can find her poetry books on Amazon. I should be able to link that down below. I'll look and see if I can. But I don't read enough poetry, so that's her right there. So I'm hoping to read some poetry and get a feel for that. Next up, I have Soul Kill Girls by Claire Legrand, and I think this book is about like girls that are on this like killer island. Not really too sure, but I love Claire Legrand, so I had to buy it, and yeah. Next up, I have Stain by A.G. Howard, and I feel like a sneeze. Trapped. Oh well. Carrying on. This book is by A.G. Howard, and it's a retelling of The Princess and the Pea, I do believe. The reason I bought this, 2 reasons. H.E. Howard's Splintered series is one of my favorite Alice in Wonderland retellings. It's so amazing. I highly recommend you guys pick that series up because it's really, really good. It's like very twisted and wicked. And second reason is this cover. Hello, it's gorgeous. Definitely go check this book out, see if you're interested, and then pick it up. I got the Stormcrow arc by Kaylin Josephson in the December Fairy Loot as well, and this cover is stunning, and I hear this book's like really, really good. It's like a mental health fantasy type thing, so I hope this would be on my favorites list. Like, that's how high my standard is for this one. Then I got Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and my friend Lindsay sent me this, and it's got gold sprayed edges, and it's so stunning. Like, I'm in love with how gorgeous this is. So thank you so much, Lindsay. Then I did a trade over on Twitter for Never Contended Things by Sarah Porter, and this is a fairy book, and I hear it's like very dark, so it better be, because I'm here for that. And this actually might be like the next book I pick up after I read A Winter's Promise. I might just put that one down because I'm just not feeling it. Anyways, fairy books, and this is like, I think the manuscript bound or something, I don't know. Then I got Hurricane Season by Nicole Medley, and Allegan Quinn sent me this to read and review. This book comes out May 7th of 2019, and it's about a girl who deals with her father's bipolar disorder, and she's a 6th grader, and he was once a renowned pianist, and he hasn't composed a song in years, she takes an art class to hopefully better understand her father's mind. She basically wants to understand her father's disorder, and so this is probably going to be very hard-hitting, but it sounds really good, and I think it's middle grade, but the cover is beautiful, and it's actually really soft, so I'm excited to read this. This baby I got in the mail today, and this is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. And I got it from Good Choice Reading, so it's personalized and signed by the queen herself, Leigh, and I'm really excited to read this. Oh, Never Contended Things might have to take the back burner to this one, because I gotta be back in the Grishaverse. I'm like so excited to be inside Nikolai's head, but I didn't reread like everyone else. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna dive right in. So I hope I remember the main stuff I need to remember. If not, then I'll probably watch like wrap-up videos on YouTube or something. That is my long-winded books I Ain't Been Haulin' book haul. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys have been up to. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited for any of these books, if you've read any of these books. Let's just chat. Just like to be back in the YouTube swing of things. I would like to feel normal about something in my life right now, so I hope YouTube could be it. I feel good after filming this, so that's always a plus. Talk to me down in the comments. Let me know what books you're reading, what you're excited to read, any new releases you're dying to pick up. Tell me all your bookish things. I think that's it for this video. You can find me down on Instagram and Goodreads down below. I have those linked, so definitely check out those pages and follow me there if you aren't already. And I just hope that you guys had a beautiful day today, and I hope you have a beautiful day tomorrow too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.